Hey guys, I hope you're doing well today. This is going to be another makeup declutter, and this one is going to be pretty ruthless. I'm getting rid of a decent amount of stuff. I haven't been wearing as much makeup this year as I normally would, and I kind of anticipate that for the future as well. Just from working from home and with COVID this year, I really haven't been wearing makeup daily like I used to. Now I'll wear it like maybe 2, maybe 3 times a week, depending on if I'm filming or if I run some errands. So I just wanted to go through my collection a little bit more and really think about the things that I want to keep and the stuff that I know I will be using. Some of the stuff I still really like. I might like depot a couple things from it. I haven't fully decided what I'm doing with those certain items, but I'll get into it throughout this video and I hope you guys enjoy. Also, please don't ask me for my used makeup. I do have plans for these. I'm going to be passing these on to friends and family and sanitizing them, of course, but I do have plans for these items, so please don't ask me in the comments. Thank you. So let's get into the video. I have a couple makeup tools and they're just tweezers. These are the Precision Beauty pink tweezers, and there's like a sharp pair right here, like just a regular pair of tweezers, and then this is a slanted pair. I just don't think these work very well. I think they'd be fine to like use as a tool to apply fake eyelashes, just so you have like a little handle and like you can pinch them with the lash and apply them to your eyes. But like as for actual tweezers, I don't think they work very well. I have very thick eyebrow hairs and I really just want tweezers to work well for me. These aren't even old. I've just used them a couple times and realized I don't like them. And these ones are a little bit older, a couple years old. I don't think they're like super old, but they're just not picking up hairs like they used to. And it's just a silver pair of slanted tweezers. I think this is either like Revlon or Ardell. I just don't think these are working the same anymore. I kind of want to try Tweezerman tweezers because I heard a bunch of good things about them years ago. They're not really talked about as much anymore, but maybe I'll pick some up. If you guys have recommendations for tweezers, please let me know because I want to tame my brows. Moving on to actual makeup, I have some lip products. I am decluttering the MAC lip gloss in Spite, and this is a really pretty color. I have a similar color from Makeup Revolution that I like better. This is a really pretty shade though. It is like a really beautiful kind of fall nude. Or if you have a deeper skin tone, this would look amazing on you as like an actual nude. It's super pretty. But I just don't love the MAC lip gloss formula, and I don't love the smell. It just kind of smells like plasticky. So I'm going to be decluttering this, and it's a pretty color. I just haven't worn it in a while, and with wearing masks, I really don't want to keep a ton of lip products on hand because I'm not wearing them as much, so I don't want them going to waste. Another lip gloss I have is the Colourpop Ultra Glossy Lip, and this is in the shade Atta. So this has a brush tip applicator, which I don't love, and this is a clear gloss with a blue shift to it. It's a very pretty gloss, but I already have like several other glosses that are pretty sheer like this. On camera, it's probably just gonna look like a clear gloss, but it is this one right here. It does look nice on the lips, but I just don't love it on myself, and it's not one that I reach for very often, so I'm going to be decluttering it. I have 2 Colourpop lip products. The first one is the So Juicy Gloss, and this is in the shade Roundabout. This is a really beautiful pinky nude shade, but I just really don't like this packaging. I originally bought it for my makeup kit, but I haven't done makeup on anyone since COVID happened, so I decided to just keep it for myself, and I just realized I don't like the applicator on here because it is a squeezy tube. So it looks like this, and it just gets very messy. The color is gorgeous. It is this shade right here, and as you can see, it's super reflective. And the So Juicy glosses are supposed to be pretty plumping. I don't see a huge plumping effect with it on my lips, but it takes a lot to plump my lips because they're so small. It's a nice gloss, but just the applicator's not my favorite. And I have a Colourpop lipstick. This is in the shade What's Your Sign. This was a favorite for a while, but I really just haven't reached for it this year because I'm not wearing lipsticks as much. And this is more of a warm toned nude. I was struggling to find my perfect nude for a while, and I did find it. And this one I was wearing as my only nude lipstick for a while, but it does look slightly orange on me. The formula is really nice and the color is pretty. It's a good like fall nude shade on me. It looks like this, and it would actually pair nicely with everything except for probably the Colourpop gloss that is like the blue shift one. None of these lip products have bad formulas. I'm just trying to really decrease my lip product collection because I'm not wearing them as much. I have palettes, and you guys will probably yell at me for a couple of these, but I just wanted to go through my collection and kind of refresh it a little bit, and there are some palettes that I would like to try that I think will better suit my collection in place of these. So anyway, I have the Profusion Mauves palette. I did really like this for a while, and I still like it, but it's not my favorite formula for the mattes. The palette looks like this, and the colors are gorgeous. It is like the perfect mauve tone palette. My two favorite shades in this palette are Femme, which is this beautiful pinky champagne shade, and then also Ooh La La, which is honestly pretty similar to the Femme shade, but it is more pink toned and it has some little glitters in it. I just think the mattes in here don't perform super well, but I'm pretty tempted to depot Femme and the Ooh La La shade because they're super, super pretty. The shimmers in here are really nice, but just the mattes, sometimes they don't blend super well. Some of the darker ones are very patchy, and overall, I just don't want to keep this palette only for two shades that I love, so I might depot the shades that I like. And I'm sorry, I'm feeling pretty lazy and I really don't feel like swatching all of these shadows because it'll just take way too long. I'm also decluttering the Profusion Spectrum palette. I have tested this out a little bit. I probably should have tested it a bit further, but I just don't feel like the shades are super pigmented, and that can be okay for bright shadows, but sometimes they can be patchy and not pigmented, and I would just want a brights palette that works a lot better than this one. You guys gave me some recommendations on my makeup haul where I included this, so I'll have to check them out, but I'm really just on the hunt for a brights palette where I can have all of these matte colors, but they actually perform nicely. I also have this Too Faced Sparkling Pineapple palette. I can't remember if I included this in a previous declutter, so I apologize if I did, but I just haven't used this really since I bought it. I've used it maybe 2 or 3 times. It looks like this, and it's a gorgeous neutral palette with that pop of green, and this would actually be really pretty for the fall time, especially with this bronzy shade right here. It is super pretty, and that's the one that kind of like made me really want this palette as well as this green. I have a lot of neutrals in my palette collection, and I also have a pretty similar green to this one now in my Natasha Denona Mini Gold palette. I'm actually wearing it today on like the outer half of my lid as my shimmer, and I just don't need this. I'm going to be passing this on to a friend, so this one definitely already has a home. I also have 2 BH palettes. This one is the Royal Affair. I like this palette, but it's just not like my favorite formula from BH. It looks like this. So this is a cool toned palette with some pops of color, but they're not like super punchy colors. And the mattes in here are really nice. That would be like why I consider keeping this palette, because I don't have a ton of cool tone mattes. I just find that I have better shimmers in my collection. When I have a palette, I want to like both like the matte and shimmer formula. So some of these palettes, I'll like one formula, but I won't like the other, or I'm just like indifferent about the palette in general. So this is one I'm pretty indifferent about. The formula's fine, but it's just not my favorite from BH. I'm not sure if I'm going to include this in this declutter. I might edit this out. But the other BH palette that I have is my BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival palette. I can already see Lisa yelling at me for this one, but I just have had this for years. It's not performing badly at all, but I just want to find like an updated brights palette. So here's what mine looks like. Mine has been panned a lot, and it's definitely gotten a lot of good use over the years. I'm considering depotting some of the brighter matte shades, especially like this hot pink right here, this purple right here, and then the orange. I might depot some of those shades, but the shimmers are good in here, but I know BH can do better because I have their Zodiac palette with the baked shimmers, and they are so beautiful. These ones are just not as impactful as those ones, and I just have other shimmers in my collection. I actually did a full review on this like 2 or 3 years ago, so I'll link it up in the cards if you're interested and you can see swatches. I almost forgot to include these, but I do have some glitter products that I will be passing on or just getting rid of. I have the Stila Mini Glitter and Glow in Kitten Karma. I feel like for their minis, they're not always as good as the full sizes because I have panned 2 full size of the Kitten Karmas. So this is what this looks like. And the packaging for the mini sizes of the Glitter and Glows, it makes it super hard to get product out. Here is Kitten Karma, and I feel like it's looking more shiny and glittery on camera, but on the eyes it just doesn't translate. but I just feel like the full size is a bit better. I might repurchase the full size in the future, but I have panned 2 of these, so I kind of want to try out different glitter formulas. And then this one I just haven't used much since I bought it, and it is a pressed glitter, and I feel like it's getting a little bit older, so I would maybe pass it on to someone else to see if they want to use it before it's like completely retired. And this is a pressed glitter from Colourpop, and it's a really pretty shade. This is in the shade Overpacked, and it is like a purple pinky glitter with some like rainbow sparkles in it. So this is what the Overpacked glitter looks like. Honestly, I'm very tempted to keep this now because look how freaking stunning that is. I'll let you know on the screen here if I decide to keep it or not. I really just need to use it, but I just hate taking glitter off and like finding little pieces of it like the next couple of days, and this happens with this glitter a lot. But it's so pretty, I might consider keeping it. The last product for this video is my NYX Glitter Primer, and I just have had this for a couple years now. I don't think it's like old and expired yet, but it's just been sitting in my collection for a couple years, and I just think it's time to retire it. I don't wear a ton of loose glitter, and I don't think I have any in my collection right now, but I think this works best for loose glitter because it really sticks it in place. But if I want something as a sticky base, I just have my NYX Cottage Cheese like eye pencil, and I use that to make my shimmers pop. And I have used this for that purpose before, but I just haven't used it in a while. I can always repurchase it because it is a drugstore item, so it's pretty affordable, or I can get the e.l.f. one because that one's a little bit cheaper, but I'm just gonna get rid of this because I've had it for a while. So that is it for my makeup declutter. I was pretty ruthless this round, but just with not wearing makeup as frequently, I've really decided what I want to keep in my collection and what I just don't need anymore. Some stuff is a bit older, and honestly none of these products are really bad, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget, I do have a giveaway going on. I keep forgetting to mention it in my videos other than the video that I introduced it in, but I am doing a giveaway. It is on my most recent Pan That Palette video, and it ends on October 10th, so make sure to get your entry in. It is for the Profusion Metallics palette if you've been interested in trying that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I also have a horse channel if you want to check it out. It is called C&K Equestrian. I'll have it linked down below. Hope you guys had an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.